Welcome to Centre4 on the Nunny estate in Grimsby. I'm delighted to take you on this virtual tour today. I never thought I'd get an opportunity to do this. Centre4, it's a vibrant community hub that offers a really broad range of services and activities, not just for the local community but for the whole of the borough. We're one of the 6 Empowering Places organisations the Power to Change have funded us for. But we're also home to a lot of other organisations that benefit local people. So, we've got an on-site cafe, we've got a community shop, we've got Nunny's farm, and of course we've got the gym and sports hall. So there is so much going on here.
As you get older, I think you need to get out, get yourself fit, and it's not just physical fitness, it's mental fitness.
And this is the perfect place.
It's everything you want. It's very cheap to join and to come each session, and
it's convenient as well.
It's convenient, yeah, that's the key, isn't it? I think it's very important that communities like Non-Stop, there's a hub where people can come. I've got a problem, where do I go? Go to Centre4, ask somebody there. Somebody will direct you. Even if it's not in here, they could direct you maybe to Citizens Advice or the council. So it is important.
It is important.
A lot of people come just to sit and have a coffee just for the conversation because they're on their own, so it's kind of like a lifeline, I suppose.
Yeah, and I know it sounds like a bit of a cliche to say it is a community hub, but there is absolutely everything that you could possibly need. So it really is, and it is smack bang in the centre of the estate. So it really is like the epitome of a community hub.
ERA is the ethical recruitment agency, and I tend to call it ERA Employment. But basically we're a new employment agency that have been designed by Centre4 on the basis of trying to meet some of the barriers to employment that a lot of people in the area have sort of said that are issues. Do they want to change your career? Have they thought about it? Have they thought about what the options are? We always say, what's your ideal job? The council, they wanted COVID prevention assistance to go out into the community in different areas and to businesses to basically advise them how to keep safe during this period and any issues, risks and that to report back to the council. So these were roles that they'd created, and because of COVID and public health funding they could cut through all the red tape and they wanted to come to ERA. Just before lockdown, one of the things we said we would do to try and encourage more community support in each other through these community projects, and sort of saying we need to find out what jobs need doing in the community.
I think for people that do find themselves without a job, volunteering and setting up routines for themselves again is really beneficial. What we tend to do is that we acknowledge their skills. It could be that they've been bricklayers and they don't do it anymore, but they can offer to do that. Or they may be very good with woodwork. So, so we match those skills up with any social action that comes in from Thrive or Age UK or something like that.
We offer the services and activities that are important to them. We've got an Ofsted registered day nursery. We've got managed workspace, we've got rooms for hire, we offer an advice service, a social prescribing service.
A lady from Centre4 rang me to say that they were doing this new programme, and it was for people who have been finding it difficult and so on during lockdown, and would I be interested in doing anything through this Thrive. They did this sewing group and craft group here, would I be interested? So yes, I jumped at the chance. It's just good to get out and mix with people, and like I say, it's nice that all the people here have got the same interests in things, so you can have a good chat and a natter to people, and if you're good you might get a cup of tea thrown in, so that's even better.
We've got a high number of local people that survive on low incomes and benefits, so that advice service is vital for them really. Access to cheap food from the shop, the community shop, again, that helps people out so much, and it provides a more dignified transaction than say a food bank. So yeah, we've become an actual lifeline, and I think, you know, we do have a real impact on this local community, both socially and economically, really.
We decided we all wanted to put together to make this group of Branches for Change, so that we could make a youth club or things for children to do instead of being on the streets and things.
We've done a Halloween party which,
last year. It was really good.
And a Christmas party.
Yeah. We got Santa and everything like that. It was really good turnout, wasn't it?
Back in 2010, we were in the resource centre on 2nd Avenue. We was already running at full occupancy there, with very little land on it, no real opportunity to expand it. So when the school announced it was closing, I contacted the council's asset team, and we came and had a look around the school when it was still occupied. And I did think, oh crikey, that is a lot bigger than I thought. But still felt that this would give us the opportunity to do even more of that, more managed workspace, new spaces to enable us to do more, like the hall for conferencing, that big school field that I never for once dreamt it would become a farm. I always thought it would be a sporting facility.
My partner and I was in the prison service, and we decided between us that we were locking up too many children, that then it has to be something else. The good thing about farms is they teach you the skills that we need in life, so empathy, responsibility. So we left the prison service and we looked for an area that didn't have any petting farms or any sort of farms available. We had a look about, there wasn't much land about, and then we came to Centre4. We had the playing field, so it seemed the ideal area, it's the ideal estate, it's the kind of thing that we wanted to work with.
I was really worried when we went into lockdown and how it would impact on the organisation. A key strand of income for us is our ad hoc room hire and rental of managed workspace. So I was really worried that a number of organisations would choose to revert to working from home. It's been, well, I don't want to say it's quite the reverse, but COVID, as well as having those negative impacts, it's brought a lot of opportunities for us. Certainly in terms of that income stream, we've actually been able to generate a number of new customers. We've got schools started to approach us, the local college, even the police. We've never sold anything to our local police force, but we're selling big rooms in order for them to do some of their staff training. When we left our old building 6 years ago, our turnover was just short of £400,000. Our turnover at the end of March this year was just short of 1.4 million. So we're a growing organisation for sure. That's been a real positive. We've adapted our spaces really.
I was brought up in the army, and every base in the army, every camp, has a thrift shop to help people out on the camp. I just kept thinking about it when I moved up here and thought we could do with a thrift shop rather than just a charity shop. We saved stuff for the sewing group. We had a pair of blue cotton curtains, took them through into the sewing group, and I gave them the curtains, and one lady made a set of scrubs for one of the consultants at the hospital.
We've had a couple of parents, a mum come in once, I can remember once, and she was really, really stressed out because she didn't have anything. And she just sat there, made a cup of tea and a biscuit, and I said, just tell us what sizes you need, and we bagged it all up. And she only paid a few pounds, and she sat there and rolled her eyes out, and she went, you know what? The relief on her face when she left, you could see the smile. She came back and she said, I'm ever so grateful for what you did. You've saved us.
The power of community. This has to be people, putting people in charge, people leading the way. I think over the years, successive governments have created an element of dependency in communities like ours. Certainly, even to a bit of a degree, our local council takes almost quite a paternalistic view of how it delivers services. So for me, it's about empowering people to be not just the designers, but the deliverers of services and the leaders of change, rather than just being the recipient of a service.
We do it because we've been there.
We've been there ourselves.
We know what it's like to struggle with kids and not have anybody to fall back on.
Our proudest moment, I suppose, is just seeing the children's faces. Many have never seen many of the animals we have, and so to see the interaction of them stroking the first donkey or feeding the first sheep, or anything like that it warms your heart, and then you know that all the hard work has actually been worth it.
Working together.
Yeah, it's all about community, that.
We celebrated our 25 years anniversary this year. You know, we're still a very sustainable, vibrant community hub, a growing and thriving organisation. That makes me proud.